Snapchat's sort of in a position where they have to become a platform to compete because Facebook and Instagram have sort of just declared like. Did you see today Snapchat did they did their developer conference thing?
Yeah, tell me about that thing that they introduced.
So they introduced a few things, and they were like, "Hey, last time we introduced games, and games are doing great." And they were just kind of hyping up games to get more people to build mini games on Snapchat. But they introduced other things called minis, and minis is actually, I think, a bigger move by them. So minis are basically mini applications built into Snapchat. What they're doing is they're copying Wechat, which is the big messaging app in China. Wechat has like a million little apps built in. Like, oh, you need to pay your bills? You just do it through Wechat. And how do you do that? Well, there's this little mini website that the utility company makes that'll just pop up in your Wechat and you hit pay and it's paid. Or you want to do this, you want to buy movie tickets together, you do it within Wechat. Like, we don't do that in iMessage, we don't do that in Facebook Messenger, but that's what all these companies would love to. They'd love to be Wechat here in the States. So Snapchat's taking a big stab at doing that, and they announced so for example, one of the minis is Headspace, so you can do sort of a quick meditation with anybody else on like one of your friends from Snapchat. They did a movie ticket buying thing. They did, so they did several of these. And
what's the stock at?
I don't know how the stock's doing, but what's interesting here is that Snapchat's sort of in a position where they have to become a platform to compete because Facebook and Instagram have sort of just declared like, we took your mojo already, and if you come out with some new great mojo, like, guess what? Evan Spiegel, you're the head of product at Facebook, actually. Whatever you come up with, we're going to put in our apps as soon as humanly possible. So their only strategy, they have basically two core strategies. One is maybe they can create Snap glasses, these like AR glasses, and they can just sort of get off the cell phone game and get into the glasses game before anybody else. So that would
what's it called? A Snap Mini website? What do you call that?
They call them Snap Minis. And what they are little mini websites that can pop up and be little like utility things to do inside Snapchat besides message each other. Now, the second thing is becoming a platform because Facebook and Instagram don't do a great job of letting other companies build shit on top of them. People distrust those companies. They've built apps on top of Facebook and Messenger before and gotten screwed. And so they don't have great ecosystems. So Snapchat's kind of pushing their chips into the middle of the table and saying, come build shit on us. We'll treat you better than those guys will. And you kind of believe it. You kind of believe it because it's really their only way to compete with Facebook and Instagram. So they kind of have to actually honor this. So anyways, a quick idea. So in general, I think that being early to these platforms and these app ecosystems is a good thing. There's been several SnapKit apps that have been like number 1 and number 2 on the App Store. So they've gotten a shit ton of distribution from it.
What's a SnapKit app?
SnapKit is basically the tool set that Snapchat gives you to build stuff. So it's like, okay, SnapKit will say, you want to access their Bitmoji. Cool. SnapKit lets you just type one line and you get their Bitmoji character you can do stuff with. SnapKit lets you use their whole camera with all their lenses.
I'm doing this course with Goggin, and a lot of the things we talk about are inflections. So what are inflections? And there's a variety of styles of inflections. There's technology inflections, which is like basically like, oh my God, the internet is now in everyone's house. That is an inflection. There's an opportunity there. Or a belief inflection is like, wow, people really don't trust the media. What can we build to help? Or people are afraid to be in groups of thousands of people. How can we fix that? What we are seeing right now is a technology inflection or a platform inflection. It's
inflection, yes.
And this is it. This is like when Pandora, the music company, Tim told me that the company was around for 3 years and it was doing horrible. And he said they heard about the Apple Store. For some reason, Steve Jobs reached out to them and said, "You guys might be a good place to put your shit here." And once that happened, he goes, "Whoa!" And this, I don't know if it will be, but this is potentially one of those.
Yeah, these are asymmetric bets.